really tough fights down there. But the kid is very experienced. I watched this kid a little bit the other day. He's a come-forward fighter.
Here we go, Lozada Jr. fighting out of Tijuana, Mexico, wearing the pink shorts, squaring off against Verdejo from San Juan, Puerto Rico, in the black and white. A lot of real estate for Verdejo to work with. Big, tall guy in there with him.
Yes, and has a long, nice jab on him, too.
Verdejo back in the ring, Christina, for the first time in 13 months. What do you expect to see from him here tonight?
I mean, I hope to see the Felix Verdejo of old, because that's when he was knocking out fighters, with shots like that and entertaining the crowd. Hopefully, you know, his team and everybody says he's matured both physically and mentally in these last 13 months, since he had a motorcycle accident, then a sparring incident, then he had fell in the shower. I mean, there's just bad luck after bad luck, and I'd like to see him, you know, turn the tide and get back to doing what he does best, and that's knocking out opponents, flashing that big old smile, and selling tickets here in New York City with the Puerto Ricans.
He's definitely doing the right thing coming out this first round, going to the body. Lozada don't have a fast jab on him, so you want to look for the right hand over top from Verdejo.
Verdejo has long been that can't-miss prospect. In fact, Dan Rayfield of ESPN dubbed him the prospect of the year a couple years ago. Future world champion for sure, and he still might get there. Hasn't been beaten, but like you said, Christina, some freak injuries, some bad luck has kept him out of the ring. But now he's back and he's throwing power punches. Another one connects there.
I mean, he was on the verge of a title shot. He was the mandatory to fight Flanagan at 135. He was the WBO #1 contender before he got into a motorcycle accident and then had other unfortunate injuries. But, you know, he feels like one fight and he wants to be right back there. So.
Do you let your guys ride motorcycles, Bomac?
I got one guy that he refused to get off that motorcycle.
What is that?
They love it. They love that rush.
Dirt bike. It's that adrenaline. They're all, you know, they're risk takers. It's like, come on.
I think that's the only fighter that's in the stable that rides motorcycles. I don't want to call out no names.
Maybe we can get him on a jet ski instead. What do you think?
I don't know how you deal with that. Anyway.
Verdejo got good movement in this ring tonight. No. You got to overwork his jab if you want to get closer to Lozada.
Verdejo is back, but Lozada Jr. right in his face all round long. Round 2 here between Lozada Jr. and Felix Verdejo in the lightweight division. We're scheduled for 10 rounds. Brian, what did you think about what Verdejo did there in round 1?
Man, he dominated that first round. He came out making a statement. He's setting the tone real early by touching that body and that right hand over top. He's throwing that left foot, but it's not landing, but it's going to land if he keeps throwing it. All he got to do is just keep jabbing and touching that body.
Lozada Jr. coming off a win November 4th in Tijuana, second round TKO against Miguel Garcia, but knows how big this fight is tonight. Says this is a whole new level, but I'm ready for it.
Lozada got one speed only. He's trying to force the fight a little bit behind his jab, but that jab is just, he's not pumping it any faster. Just one speed. You're dealing with world-class guys like Verdejo, that's been in the Olympics, got good corner behind him. They will pick up on that and try to counter off that.
It looks like Lozada Jr. has a much longer reach than he actually does, only 2 inches longer than Verdejo.
He definitely got a good chin on him. Verdejo has been tagged him a few times with that right hand. Lozada got a good jab, though. Might not be fast, but it's consistent.
And so far, I think that Lozada's doing a good job of fighting pretty tall, using his height to his advantage, because a lot of the times you get a taller fighter in there and they kind of come down to the height of the opponent, don't necessarily use their jab and use their length and their height to their advantage, but I think he's doing a pretty good job of that so far in the fight.
He must rely heavily on that right hand because
and he's got a good uppercut.
Yeah.
He just hasn't been able to show it yet, but that is one thing Lozada, one weapon he does have in his toolbox.
Keep in mind, this is Lozada's first fight outside of Mexico, as we mentioned. He's never fought on this type of stage, the bright lights. He's at Madison Square Garden. Might take him a couple rounds to try and shake the nerves out.
And Verdejo, coming back after 13 months might take him a few rounds too to really turn it up. But he's done a pretty good job so far. I think winning first and now the second round.
That comes from staying in the gym. He might have had some injuries, and couldn't fight.
Ooh, there's an uppercut from Verdejo.
But he looked like he stayed in the gym. Looked a little bit more muscle bound, a little bit.
Even his legs.
Yeah, his body's matured some. Opinion.
And Paulie Malignaggi said Amir Imam is the hardest man he's ever been in the ring with as far as punching power in sparring. He said that guy can hit hard.
Yeah, I think that's one of the questions still out there from Jose Ramirez is his chin and how he can take a punch. He has been down once before in his professional career, so that is a question and the equalizer, if you will, in terms of, Jose Ramirez's chin versus Amir Imam's power.
And they're both letting their hands go. Good action to start round 3. Lozada Jr. in the pink trunks, Verdejo black and white.
Verdejo trying to stay on the inside and put some water in that basement, which is mean take away that body a little bit. Nice side-to-side movement from Verdejo. Lozada remind me of a fighter, 140, Victor Postal. He got to be set to throw his power in hand. And as long as Verdejo keep that side-to-side movement and don't give Lozada that platform to throw that right hand, he should be okay.
You mentioned Lozada Jr.'s uppercut, Christina, but it's been Verdejo who's landed a few.
Yeah, he's done a good job throwing multiple punches. He hasn't been jabbing too much, at least not so much in this round as he pops it out. I must have heard me. he starts to jab to get more inside, but
I like the look on Lozada's face, man. He just got one stone-faced look like he wants to kill Verdejo.
Like he's smelling something bad.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of history when you look at the two, look at Mexico versus Puerto Rico in boxing and the great rivalries that have been there throughout the years in this sport. So you already come in, even if it's not personal, but you're repping for your country and where you're from, and when you're fighting, with Mexico versus Puerto Rico.
Straight right hand splits the guard for Verdejo.
Verdejo stands, keeping that movement, not giving Lozada a chance to set.
Lozada Jr.'s only been 10 rounds 3 times in his professional career. Verdejo's been 4 times the full 10.
Lozada got a good chin on him.
And we know he's got power. 32 knockouts in his 38 career wins. There's a power shot from Verdejo. Another uppercut lands.
I like Verdejo's defense after his offense.
Yes.
He's covering up real good. He's keeping his hands up. Nice body shot. Combination.
The uppercut.
The uppercut right hand. You got to slip it first. Got to slip it, because if a fighter throws his jab and he slips on the end, and the other opponent slips on the inside, he's wide open for an uppercut.
Who threw the best uppercut you've ever seen?
This guy named Dickie Ryan, way back in the days, man. I used to have to spar that guy all the time. We used to have to get ready for George Foreman or get ready to fight one of the Klitschko's. My trainer would throw me in there, and I would have to spar him, man.
And you knew the uppercut was coming?
Oh, man. Yeah, I knew it was coming, but you couldn't see it.
Oh, yeah? Left hand kind of grazes the back of the head of Lozada Jr. I like the way Verdejo, when he throws punches, it seems like he's sitting down, putting everything he's got into every punch, like that one.
Yeah, he's definitely maybe looking for the knockout.
Well, yeah, he most definitely is, because he's like, look, I need to make a statement that I'm back. I've been hearing people talk all this crap about all these things that have happened about me and how I haven't lived up to the hype, and some of it rightfully so. But look, I'm in this fight to show people that, you know, I'm back. I want to make a statement, and I want to challenge for a world title.
Boy, Lozada's walking right through those punches, though. Very impressive.
He's picked up his pace a little bit this round. Punches may be a little bit faster, and his footwork. Verdejo is, you know, he's handling it pretty good, but he does notice the pickup from Lozada. I call it putting pressure with your legs. That's why I tell a lot of fighters, put the pressure with your legs, and sometimes something will open up for you.
Would you like to see Lozada cut the ring off a little bit better? It seems like Verdejo just continues to circle away.
Yeah, he just keep following him and getting outside on the side door over there.
Yeah, that's a great point, Todd. He hasn't been able to cut him off at all.
It looks like he's not even trying. That's the problem.
He's just chasing him.
Yeah, he might be just used to just chasing guys or stepping to guys in all those fights he had in Mexico.
I mean, and you think Felix should be and is winning the fight, but if you look at these two guys' faces, actually Felix's face looks like it's taken, you know, quite a bit of punishment, although he looks like he's delivering the harder blows.
I'd be the special effects.
Man,
we are in a theater.
Well, he went to watch Black Panther last night, so he's all dialed into the CGI stuff.
It just goes to show you who might have the heavier shots.
Now you got blood coming out of the mouth of Verdejo.
Yeah, did you see that overhand right? The first thing right after that punch was delivered, Verdejo opened up his mouth.
Oh, good body shot and back up top from Verdejo.
Oh, it's starting to be a really competitive fight now.
Yeah, Lozada's starting to impose his will a little bit, Brian.
Oh. Well, uppercut to the body, though.
Man.
It's called the hurt business.
Look at Lozada, man. He's not even breathing heavy. Look at the look on his face. He's just looking like he just wants this opportunity.
Well, Verdejo knows he's in for a fight tonight through 4 rounds. It has been a very close contest, and it's getting closer each round. Lozada Jr. just ate a right hand, though, and walks right through it and says, come on.
Man, this Lozada kid got a chin on him.
And what does that do to the psyche of Verdejo when he's literally hit Lozada Jr. with his best punch a couple times, and it hasn't phased him?
I'm in for a long night.
Yeah, seriously. That could really be, you know, demoralizing inside for a fighter when you know you landed flush, clean, power from the toes, and he doesn't even take a step back.
Boy, you can look at Verdejo, look at the way he's throwing his punches, man. He's putting everything on him. Those bigger shots.
I remember talking to Andy Lee after he lost to Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. And he had hit him with the most beautiful shot, and Chavez just walked through. And I asked him after the fight, did you think you had him? He said, from that point on, he's like, I knew the fight was over. He said, I landed my best punch. I gave it everything I could. And after that, he's like, for the rest of the fight, he was like, that's it. But Chavez Jr. has a hell of a chin. I mean, we're not talking about just anybody. But
if nothing else, he does have a chin.
Yeah. I'll give him that.
Verdejo still got a lot of bounce in his legs. Lozada is still coming. Trying to come behind his jab.
Muy cerca, muy cerca. A tu distancia, vamos. A tu confianza.
So what would you like to see Lozada Jr. do here, Bomac? He's obviously pushing the tempo a little bit.
If he could just, pick up his hand speed a little bit more, maybe some feints or something like that, cut the ring off. he might have a different outcome. Verdejo still got that speed on him. He can dart in and dart out. Cut the ring off and maybe a double jab right hand.
And that one kind of slowed Lozada Jr. down just a little bit.
And Lozada comes back and lands a tough, body shot with the right.
That one knocks Verdejo off balance a little bit. Not sure if his feet just got crossed or if he's hurt.
Verdejo, continue to move. Side to side, keep moving, try to get your wits back.
Lozada Jr. perhaps on the verge of something special here at Madison Square Garden.
10 seconds.
Oh, an uppercut grazes the chin. Lozada Jr. is here to fight tonight.
The opponent is the one landing the heavier shots. It's crazy. Because he's putting in damage, he's putting in work.
That last round I gave to Lozada.
The last two, maybe.
Yeah. He's coming, man.
So here's the moment. Let's see how that was a left hand. Yep.
That was clean. And there was a body shot that happened before that shot up top. I don't know if we have that, but that was flush.
Yeah.
That stunned him a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Bambi legs after that shot.
So Verdejo has hit Lozada Jr. with his best shot, hasn't phased him. That wasn't, I don't believe, Lozada's best shot, but it got Verdejo's attention.
If Lozada can get Verdejo to stay still for a good second, he probably can do some more damage to the Verdejo.
Crowd getting a little bit restless here too. I mean, heavy, Puerto Rican fan base here in New York, although it is St. Patrick's Day weekend and there's a ton of Irish fans in attendance to see Michael Conlan. But they're getting a little restless with their guy.
Well, Bomac, as we were talking about earlier, Verdejo's thrown his hardest punches. At this point, if you're his corner, say, look, let's just try and box a little bit. You're a former Olympian. We can outbox this guy.
Yeah, just stay on your legs, in and out, dash in and dash out, work your jab, and just try to keep touching that body. Try to show Lozada down. Well, he got them hands cocked and ready, Lozada. He's ready.
And it may be a case of perhaps Verdejo trying too hard so far.
I don't like the way Verdejo's pulling out. He could get caught with something on the end.
And he's been backpedaling so much, Christina. It looks like his feet are just starting to get tangled up a little bit more.
Yeah, and that could be a little bit of sign of fatigue because you start kind of just dragging your feet instead of having that right kind of pep in your step.
This would be a good time for Lozada to cut the ring off.
Lozada Jr. shakes his head, says no, no, no.
He got that look on his face like he know he might have him.
Well, and all the pressure in this.
Oh, big right hand there for Verdejo, and again, Lozada Jr. walks right through it. Sorry.
No. I mean, I was just saying, all the pressure's on Verdejo in this fight. Lozada's coming to this fight with nothing to lose. He never even fought outside of Mexico before. These people aren't expecting him to come in here and beat Felix Verdejo, and he's doing a damn good job.
Yeah.
Imagine what this win or a win here would do for Lozada Jr.'s not only boxing career but his life.
Man.
And what it would do to Felix Verdejo.
Oh, he hurt him again.
And back goes Verdejo.
Just look at the look in Verdejo's eyes.
And you know in the back of Verdejo's mind, he's starting to ask himself questions, isn't he?
Can I make it? This dude is really good. Did I underestimate this guy? Did I train hard enough?
Did it come back too soon? Again, his legs aren't quite where they want to be.
You start to feel every bit of that 13 months you've been outside of the ring.
Well, you can hear Jose the punches land, man. Dump it. Antonio! Nice little body work from Lozada.
There's the right hand that connected for Verdejo. Put everything he had into it.
And see, Lozada just stood right there. Boom. Lozada threw that right hand over top on the top of that head. That can just throw you off right there.
Round 7, 4 rounds to go, ladies and gentlemen. Felix Verdejo back in action for the first time in 13 months.
You say the last 3 rounds went to Lozada? Would y'all say it?
The last 2, if not 3. I mean, we could be looking at a 3-3 fight so far here, going into round 7.
And I'm just looking up some odds here online, Brian, just to see what kind of upset this would be. And I'm not kidding, a couple of websites had this as 100 to 1.
Wow.
But more likely it's about a 20 to 1. But either way, this would be one of the upsets of 2018 so far if Antonio Lozada Jr. can come into the United States fighting out of Mexico for the first time ever and beat Felix Verdejo, the can't-miss prospect.
It'd be something big for Lozada's career.
And I know that Top Rank wanted to really test Verdejo when he came back from the injuries and the layoff, obviously putting him right into a 10-round fight against a tough opponent, but they might have been getting more than they asked him for right about now. I don't know if Brad Goodman's sitting back there, Carl Moretti, like, what do we do?
Yeah.
Well, hey, if Verdejo can stick out and win this fight, this certainly helps him going forward, does it not, Bo Mac?
Well, it does. It boosts his confidence up, or it can tear him down a little bit, because in the back of his mind, he can say, I tried to hit this guy with everything in the kitchen sink.
You know, I
didn't go nowhere.
And I said, by the way, Lozada Jr., a 100 to 1 underdog. I should have said Verdejo, a 100 to 1 favorite. So if you wanted to win $1 on Verdejo, you had to bet 100. Hopefully no one watching at home did that tonight.
Either way, however this fight goes, Antonio Lozada Jr., he's going to get some more fights.
Oh,
he's going to get some more fights here in the States. He's going to get some more recognition with his name because he's doing really, really well in there against somebody that most of the boxing fans already know.
I've never heard of this guy before.
And Brian,
tonight I have.
Listen, if you're his corner too, you probably got to be saying, look, by no means are we going to be gifted a decision here. Are you going for the knockout?
You would almost definitely have to. You know, you're fighting in the United States, you're pretty much fighting in his backyard. Hey, we got to go in for the kill.
And he's had his moments
in the ring.
You mean there could be a questionable decision in boxing?
Say it ain't so.
Never.
But I'm sure there's some Verdejo fans watching at home right now saying, wait, it's not over yet. We won a lot of the early rounds. Round 8 now. And what has been a very entertaining lightweight battle between Felix Verdejo from San Juan, Puerto Rico, and Antonio Lozada Jr. out of Tijuana, Mexico.
And you got Mexico versus Puerto Rico, and you got Verdejo's face looking like Miguel Cotto's against Antonio Margarito right about now, with how he's been taking these heavy shots and just getting lumped up and bloody all throughout this fight.
You know, one thing I like about what Lozada is doing is he'll throw that overhand right, he'll miss, but he'll automatically come back with that body shot on the left-hand side.
Good punch there from Verdejo.
I'm not trying to insinuate anything with saying that his face looks like, you know, with what Margarito went through with Cotto. I'm not trying to put that out there. All I'm saying is, like, he's taking, you look at Puerto Rico versus Mexico and the punishment that he's taking. And
he's taking some big shots. He just took a big right hand right there. Right on the eye. There's another one.
We really haven't seen Lozada Jr., though, just open up, Brian, and just give us a 5-6 punch combination.
Well, this kid got one speed and one speed only. That's just come forward and throw those heavy shots. Look at the way he's moving Verdejo with that right hand. Even if you just land him on the side, he'll push him 2 or 3 inches. That's heavy hands this kid got.
I like to see Felix, there you go back to the body.
Started downstairs, went upstairs to Verdejo. He's starting to show a little bit more life here.
He might got some urgency from his corner. Hey, we need to pick it up a little bit. You might be falling behind.
And you can almost hear that as we're in his corner.
Yeah.
You know, they're getting louder, they're getting a little more anxious in their voice here in the blue corner.
Is Verdejo finding his second win here?
If you was a coach and you was in the corner, you will hope he's fighting that second win. Look at that.
Oh, nice left hook by Lozada Jr. And Verdejo seems to be content to just throw one punch at a time.
Hey, he's trying to hit and trying to not get hit at the same time. He want to get his and get out of there.
Good uppercut there from Lozada Jr. And again, it's Verdejo who throws one punch and backs out.
If Lozada had fast feet, if he had fast feet, he'd probably be able to get to Verdejo a little bit more.
Or better angles.
Yeah. See, he's flat-footed. He really can't do too much flat-footed. And look at Verdejo. He's on his toes, moving.
Another close round.
Effective punches. And he controlled the ring. 2 more rounds to go.
Well, by your unofficial scorecard, just from talking to you, it sounds like you almost have this even going into the final 2 rounds.
Let me sneeze. Maybe 4-3.
And there is Terrence Crawford, your understudy, the former lightweight and light welterweight champion of the world. How's his hand doing, Brian?
His hand is doing fine. You know one thing about Terrence, when he hurt the hand, did he go home? No, he stayed right there in the gym. We stayed in camp. When we leave here, we're going back to Colorado Springs. We getting ready to go get that 147-pound belt.
Hey, Horn's been talking a lot of trash to you guys, by the way.
You know what? That's fuel on the fire. I want him to talk trash.
Yeah, I was like, I think Terrence Crawford's not one guy that you need to make any more mad. He comes with the chip on his shoulder already, so all they're doing is adding that bulletin board material.
Right.
He better off playing chess.
All right, round 9. 6 minutes to go, guys.
Oh, my.
What's your message to Verdejo right now?
Well, stay on his toes. Keep moving in and out. Keep darting in and out. Keep touching that body. You got to work your jab. You're getting away from his jab. He's just looking for those bigger shots.
Oh, and a right hand on the way out.
Right now, Lozada is just throwing those big shots. He hit him with 5 or 6 big shots since the round has started.
He just keeps coming at you, does Lozada Jr.
Lozada, it's just got that stone face look on his face, like he wants to knock Verdejo out.
He's like the Terminator.
Verdejo look like he's fatigued.
And I think Felix knows that he's probably down in this fight. You can kind of sense it, you can kind of tell, but he's been unable to figure it out. And he's landed some clean, hard shots, but it has not moved Lozada back at all.
Not effective at all.
Well, but you said it. The clean, strong punching shots have come from Verdejo. What price will the judges put on that as opposed to the constant marching down and landing punches from Lozada?
Well, you got to look at it. They're not affecting Lozada any, though. They're not affecting him. He's still coming. He's not. That guy hasn't took one step back the whole night. But Verdejo is staying in there, throwing those big shots, trying to dart in, trying to dart out. But getting hit with shots like that is not helping him none.
Lozada Jr. called this the biggest night of his life, and he has stepped in and stepped up. Is he going to deliver one of the best upsets of 2018?
He knew what was at stake, Lozada did. You know, fight of my life, door to the big leagues. These are all the kind of things that he was saying all week, knowing the opportunities could be there for him if he beats Felix Verdejo, and he's definitely put his name on the map.
You know, all week, or since I got here in New York, I've been, you know, you try to scope fighters out and look at their demeanor and see what, you know, what face they got on or what's their attitude. I haven't seen this kid once all week. I didn't even see him at the weigh-ins.
Who's that, Verdejo or Lozada Jr.?
And that's a good thing.
That's a good thing.
That means he's focused and he's doing what he
It's fantastic, but is he for real or are these just, you know, cupcakes he's been beating?
Hey, it looks like he's for real tonight, you know. He has fought some good people over there, and he has fought some guys that's not good. But he showed up tonight, and he's showing out. He wants that. Look at the look in this kid's face. Look at him now. He's looking directly at Verdejo.
I would think both managers, both trainers are telling their guy right now, you have to win this round. You have to win this round.
Look at this right hand. Right over top. Caught him going out. That's Verdejo not having his hands up like he had early in the fight. Catch that man coming out.
3 minutes left. Round 10, Verdejo and Lozada.
I mean, these guys got to give it all they got right here for this 3 minutes.
Is Lozada Jr. about to get the biggest win of his life? Or can Verdejo survive and advance as he continues his rise towards a title shot?
And even if he survives...
Oh, the left hand caught him! And that caught him good! Verdejo is in huge trouble here at Madison Square Garden! Is Lozada Jr. going to do it?
Verdejo is in survival mode right now.
And he wants to, and Lozada wants to attack.
Smell blood.
Verdejo
smell blood.
He can take a knee, but his legs are not there.
His legs are gone. He's trying to hold on.
You know, I'm looking at Ricky Marquez in Verdejo's corner, looking at his fighter.
2 minutes left.
There's still plenty of time.
And Felix can't take a knee, Coach. Can he, Bomac?
Yes,
he could take a knee and recover.
It won't mean anything if he takes a knee. Well, take a point from his
Just missing with that left hand as Lozada Jr. He's one big punch away, folks.
Lozada had faster feet. He'll be able to get to Verdejo a little bit more. He might be able to look for that right hand that he's looking for.
He's being very patient, but is he being too patient?
Verdejo throwing punches just to stay alive, so the referee...
And that is a clean knockdown! That is a clean knockdown! Verdejo in serious trouble!
There's plenty time left, too.
He's never been beaten. Never even close. But right now, he's on the edge.
He's looking for that right hand over top. He's shaking that right hand. He's looking for it. He's looking for it.
Under a minute to go.
If he doesn't throw a punch, the referee has got to step in. Felix has got to throw a punch or this fight is over.
And there's plenty time left. That right hand caught him there.
This crowd is abuzz. They thought this was going to be a walk in the park for their Puerto Rican hero. But this Mexican out of Tijuana is destroying it, and it's over. The doctor stops it. Antonio Lozada Jr.
The Verdejo corner visibly upset. They wanted their fighter to be able to finish the 30 seconds and go to the card.
The referee stopped it.
The doctor steps up and stops it too. They were both at the same time waving off their hands with, at 2:37 in round 10, they wanted their fighter to have another 23 seconds, but at that point it's like, you know, we're talking about somebody's life on the line.
Yeah, hey, well, they had an incident not too long ago. It was good that the doctor stepped up on the rope. It was good that the referee stopped that because that kid was in trouble.
What a moment for Lozada Jr. All smiles. He never fought out of his home country, ladies and gentlemen. 40 professional fights, all in Mexico. And now he comes to the city that never sleeps and turns the Big Apple upside down.
That's what you call seizing the opportunity right there.
You know, and honestly, that whole last round, Felix was in survival mode from the very beginning. I mean, he was taking 2 minutes and 37 seconds of a beating in that last round.
Let's take a look at some highlights from round 10. Brian, take us through it. Here's the first time that Verdejo was in trouble.
In the last round.
Body work. Coming out with his hands down. Lozada caught him with that wide left hook, another wide left hook. Oh man, that good right hand. And he just following him, staying long, and keeping Verdejo on the end of his punches. That's where your power is at. The whole night you can hear that guy just landing those shots.
And you just look at Verdejo's eyes and you just knew, I mean, he was out of it. I understand Ricky Marquez and Felix's corner and then wanting him to have the other 23 seconds and let it go to the cards and let the judges decide. But I mean, you're a trainer, and if that was your fighter, then what would you be mad?
Yeah, I'll be mad.
So you would want him to let that continue?
Well, when a trainer starts saying that, he starts saying it from his heart. You know, because, hey, I want my guy to finish this fight. I want him to finish this fight on his legs, not on a knockout. You know, but the referee, the doctors, they did the right thing by stopping this fight.
I mean, I think the doctor could have stepped in a minute before he did.
Antonio Lozada Jr., knockout number 33.
Ladies and gentlemen, an accumulation of blows forces referee Eddie Claudio to step in and call a halt to this bout with an official time of 2 minutes 37 seconds of the 10th and final round. Declaring the winner by way of technical knockout, de Rosarito, Baja California, Mexico, el Cañitas, Antonio Lozada Jr.
So, Brian, two